We have 6 o'clock. We'll call Budget and Finance Committee meeting here to order. First item on the agenda would be to review your minutes from the 17th of March. I have a motion to approve the minutes. I have a second. A motion and a second. Any discussion for approval of the minutes? If not, all those in favor, let me know by stating aye. Aye. Minutes are approved. For the next item, if you will look, this is our purchasing, this is that subcommittee with Inside. I believe if I am looking at that correctly, that would be myself, Mr. Dennis, Ms. Atwood, Mr. Gregory, and Mr. Ford on that committee, I believe is correct. So those will be the 5 members looking at the purchasing. Everyone can look at them, but those are the voting members of the purchasing committee. Subcommittee, I guess, is the way it's termed, actually. Myself, I think I have one, and that is the HVAC repair. I would have assumed we were under warranty. Did we damage something?
That includes the criminal justice.
We had a unit go out at the Criminal Justice Center. So how much of this was the Criminal Justice Center? Did we replace a unit? What? It just says courthouse. Well, it says criminal justice too. I guess CJC. Gotcha.
Mr. Chairman, the 29 on the heating and cooling, is it a one-time expense or is this something that from a maintenance standpoint, we're gonna be obligated with annually going forward?
I currently do not have the breakdown of that expense, so I'm not exactly sure which building occurred, which amount, but I will send that out to all the members.
Is everyone okay with where that is? Thank you. One I might make mention of, we have been told, I don't know that that number has been completely decided on. Smith County Solid Waste, we have been told that will be increasing. You won't see it reflected there at this time, but you will see it reflected in future. It was
47 to 50.
I don't know if that number has been completely set. If it has, the last number that I understood was $50. We're currently paying $37 a ton. Are there any other items on page 5, purchasing, that anyone wants to discuss? Have a motion by Mr. Ford to approve. I have a second by Mr. Bubba Gregory. Any discussion? If not, all those on the purchasing committee in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is favorable with a little bit of a clarification to be brought. Next up on our agenda, you would look at we'll move back into our full committee, financial statements, your trustees' cash balance. I believe that is page 6. Any items wish to be discussed on page 6? If not, moving forward, you see your comparison on page 7. Looking at March 24 to March of 25. Make mention, it was nice to see property tax come completely in. When I say completely, there's always a little bit, but it hit back to where we were hoping to start seeing. Where you at, Mr. Ford? One, is that due to I was about to say, I think that's a grant. So what's gonna come to play? It's exactly what I was fixing to say. Um, you've got a Ward School grant that's $2 million. That's the usually, and I don't know if we did that this time. I think we'll find a page here shortly when we get over to the 111 where it will break that down without the grant in it. So it'll give you the with and the without on that 111 when we get there shortly. I think that's also going to be reflected in expenses. Any other questions? If not, moving into revenues 101. as you're looking through your revenues, reminder that you should be seeing about 75%. There's where your set numbers are at for the month. Well, it was budgeted at $800 and it's come in at 1,700. We had more insurance recoveries than revenue side. Yes, sir. That's a good 214%. As you're going through, reminder revenues without grants at this point in time of the 101 are coming in at 87.6%. With the grants, are at 68.3. Any other discussion in the 101 revenue side? Mr. Gregory, Chris?
One question, 47406, the health department renovation. Someone asked me about that this afternoon. Apparently, they had been told that that grant was going away, and I was like, that came from, that was supposed to be funded from ARPA, so I didn't, I was like, I don't think that was right, but I will ask.
So it's not our ARPA funds, it's the state's funds that they decided to not pursue that program anymore. I believe it's actually the CARES Act that was dismissed, so their ARPA funding still in place. The governor is looking to find funding within the state's rainy day funds to support those programs again. So we're kind of holding our breath to see where funding is going to land on that.
Any other items in 101? Revenue side, looking at expenditure side of 101. Expenditures are without grant coming in at 61.1%. Well below the revenue side of 87.6. Any discussion on 101 expenditures? If not, turning to page 12, 111 urban service. Looking at revenues of 111. That should go back to that question earlier. It's setting, okay, there we go. Makes a big difference. Those sort of skew numbers on a, when you're looking at a budgeted, 3.9 million, that's over half of it there. Makes a big difference. Mr. Gregory.
The cable TV franchise, 41,140, said it's supposed to come in March, but it's still down low. Has it come in yet?
Just partial of it did.
Yeah, partial of that was paid. Mr. Gregory.
43,107 residential waste collection. It's about 13% below where it ought to be. Is that one that runs behind or is that just? Okay, thank you.
I think that one's close to 2 months behind. We've looked at that one in the past. Yep, I think that one's close to 2 months behind on the payment. Yep,
That 4390, it's behind too, 42.3%. Statutory local taxes, what is?
I can't remember where we came up with that one being exactly what was a part of that other. However, it has run behind all year. But I do not remember what that other was. We've asked that question a couple months ago and I've got it in my other notes, but I couldn't get the notebook out from behind my back glass today. I don't know why, but it's where they're stuck. We can get that question emailed to us as well. 4390 will be emailed to you, that question of what all encompasses that other county local option taxes. I'm sorry, other statutory local taxes. Read the line above. Any other discussion in 111 revenue side? Expenditure side of the 111? Without grants, sitting at 61.1%. No other discussion on 111 there on expenditures. Moving to 116 solid waste. Looking at the revenue side, coming in at 92.6%. Any discussion there? If not, looking at expenditures at 50%, coming in well under the revenue side. As we've stated, some fees there will be changing a bit. 118, looking at the revenue side. Coming in at 90.6%. Any discussion there? If not, moving to expenditures, your expenditure breakdown is on your page 15 and carries into 16. I will say expenditures is coming in at 66.6%. Mr. Gregory,
Couple of-
Chris,
Couple of questions in the expenditure side. I'm on page 16. Uh, it's 55,513 workman's comp. We're at 95% of expenditure with a full quarter to go. Did the cost just go up that much, or we just had? Okay. Okay, and the second one, and right underneath that, 524, in-service staff development, it's a minor amount, but we budgeted 5,000, we've spent almost 9. What are we sending them to?
I just asked that question. Any other discussion in the 118 expenditure side? If not, 121. It's your core civic. It is pass-through money. Wood 22, county drug, we've discussed on that one. It's said about the same. That's as things happen. 127 and 128 are your ARPA. Any discussion there? If not, 151 debt service. Any discussion 151? Not, moving on, 171, capital projects. Without any discussion there, capital projects, of course, that's the money we've talked right now, the main funds at this point going into there are the only funds at this point going into there are the funds coming from the CCA contract. 131, highway fund. As we've stated in the past, the highways budget, this is a very, very minuscule part of their budget that the county contributes to. Mr. Gregory?
I had asked Amy this question this afternoon and she didn't have the answer, but I'll ask in case anyone here does. The 68,000 under 131, the capital outlay. They budgeted to spend a little over 1.6 million and they've only spent 14,000 and change. Do we know what they're planning on spending that on?
As I said, we only put $112,000 into their budget. That has been their budget coming from gas tax, the majority thereof. I'm sure we could ask and he'd be willing to give us an answer, but, with us. Yeah. Your one piece, they're not paving as of yet either. So often he's done if you go back and look at his, and he's mentioned this in budget meetings, we plan to pave this area at this time. That is, like I say, we put $112,000 into that account from county, funds. That was what I was looking for. You have 950,000 on a bridge program, that's a state program, and a state aid of 345,000, and those have not been paid. I think that's the large sum of what you're looking for right there. I don't know when the state will take that money off their books and put it on theirs, on the highway departments. As stated again, the county into the highway department put 112,000 of a $3.1 million budget. The large amount is from looks like their gas and motor fuel tax is budgeted at 1.727 million there, almost 1.73 million. All right. If no other questions there, moving to 141. General purpose schools, looking at the revenue side. Revenues have come in at 87.2%. Any items of discussion? He's right there now. You're talking about I think that discussion will come up at a later time. We're talking about this current year's budget. No discussion on 141. I would entertain a motion if to approve the trustees' cash balance and the financial summaries for March of 2025. I have a motion by Mr. Gregory and a second by Mr. Ford. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. It is part of our record there. Moving on, next item of our agenda, we have a couple of 101 budget amendments. I guess we had those a month or two there with nothing, so here they come at you. If you look through these, there are two, there's a reserve funds for the county clerk office equipment, and there's a trustee software that is a fund balance draw. We will go through them by one, but 10117 is an insurance recovery for Sheriff's Department. Everything good over there? I think it's explanatory there. Slight damage to a patrol car, insurance recovery of $495. 101 number 18, it is a grant, or it's looking at grants. $20,000 from Brownsfields, these 3,000 from GNRC Arts and rescue, let's see, for rescue equipment there, 52,000. For a total here in this case, as you look at it, rescue is to purchase rescue gear, gloves, life jackets, and wetsuits, 75,100. Does rescue have a boat? They do. Okay. Rescue does have a boat. Won't disagree with you, sir. Any discussion on this? I guess technically sticking with these three, what I was thinking is we would just look at these three together and then look at the others, but if y'all want to take them one at a time, I guess we can. We're gonna go through them, but however you want to approve them favorably or not. Motion to approve the three. Have a motion and a second to approve the first three, that's 101, 18, 17, 18, and 19. Any discussion? If not, all those in favorable of moving this to the regular commission with a favorable motion, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Those three are favorable. Got ahead of myself. Thanks for cleaning me up there. Our next is a fund balance draw. Data processing services, it says trustee software is obsolete and needs an upgrade. I'm imagining the question is gonna come, what are the maintenance fees on this, or what are the yearly costs? And they're not listed here. This is the annual cost, will be $11,375. That's why it's not clear there. That's the reason I was asking that piece. What's current annual fee for the older platform? I think, not sure. Do I hear a motion on 101-20, which is a fund balance draw for the trustees for software newer, upgrade to a newer platform? I have Mr. Chris Griggy with a motion to approve. Do I see a second? I have a second, Ms. Overman. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, of pushing this to the commission with a favorable recommendation, let me know by stating aye. It is favorable. One oh one 21. Did I miss? Clerk equipment. Coming out of reserve funds. Upgrading office equipment with, funding from the county clerk reserves. The reserve's current balance is $32,912. This would roughly take a third of it. I hear a motion to approve by Ms. Overman. I have a second by Ms. Atwood. Do I hear any discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Favorable. Next up, we would be moving into 116. The rest of these are all cleanup items. No fund balance draws, all within line item within, department moves. 11601 is a cleanup. It's, misclassified positions, moving funds to correct the error. Convenience center laborers, convenience center attendees, attendants. Moving it from laborers to attendants. Y'all want to take these all together one at a time? Move to approve all. I heard a second to approve all. Do we hear any discussion? Just to read them through, 118 is a cleanup. It's moving from EMS part-time personnel to EMS medical personnel, moving money out of the part-time. 131, looking at highway department here, some movement. Moving from property tax, moving from highway bridge maintenance. Moving from capital outlay. You'll see the other pieces here, bridge and maintenance, overtime pays where it's headed, asphalt, liquid is going into, propane gas, going into equipment and machinery parts for 10,000, lubricants, and then, liability claim. Um, last one's 14113, maintenance and repairs. Moving the debt from career ladder program into director of schools career ladder program. Looks like that's $1,000. Stating it's a revenue from Tennessee Department of Education, Director of Schools CEO supplement in the amount of $1,140.10. Any discussion? Otherwise, we've already got a motion on these. No discussion. Do I hear all those in favor, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is a favorable move. I think we had discussed in looking at the next one, A, discussion items, budget year fiscal year 26 is a bonus soon. We have currently, I'm gonna give you some dates here that I believe we have scheduled. We have not scheduled exactly what on these dates, but dates that are scheduled. Currently, we have May 5 through the 9th, May 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. We did. And 12 through 15, I believe is what we did on that one. In the event that we need those dates. So that's the first 2 weeks of May is what are scheduled. Hopefully, we don't need all those nights, but they are scheduled. We will get a more clear 6 o'clock. We're gonna meet here. Yes, sir. I believe this is open for every one of those nights. There will be one night we'll have a different location. Second Monday night. We will most likely meet at the community center for that one. We'll have to make sure it's open. That was really my biggest discussion there, to make sure that those dates are available to us, that we've scheduled those. I sure, when we clean that up, we will see that some of those we hope to be in need only. Or as needed only, I should say. Any other discussion there that anyone wants to bring to the table? Mr. Gregory?
Just one question. In our regular commission meeting, we have the resolution for to fund the study for law enforcement retirement benefits. Is that gonna require any kind of budget amendment?
Really not. Number $400.
Okay.
Sheriff has it.
Any other discussion in that area? If not, any public comment? Seeing no public comment. Those were quickly taken. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Atwood, second by Ms. Overman. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you for your time.